My beforehand is my
left hand.
My afterhand is my
Right hand.
The initial letter of the alphabet is
A.
The final letter is
Z.
The exact middle letters are
And N.
All the letters between A and Z are considered
Medial letters.
Good. How many letters are in the alphabet?
26.
How many sounds do they make?
44.
And all those letters are vowels and consonants. Good. Today I want to do some, we didn't touch and name the alphabet. Your alphabet charts are out. And we are going to touch and name them. Ready?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Nicely done. Now, if you will go to page
We don't have
37, I made your copy.
47?
37. And I've poked holes in them already. Oh. Page 37. Who else needs one? Whole front row. What did I do? I made lots of copies. I don't know what I'm doing. Did I give you too many?
My fingers.
Okay. There you go. You have two? Okay. Too many. I don't know why these books are not here yet that I ordered. Thank you. And Daniela's giving me some for Brianna. Thank you. All right. So, I have typed the words that you have on that list. And don't read me the words, please. Brianna? Wait, what is the first one? Clock, what's next?
Stand.
Okay.
Amp. Bump.
Dump.
Dump. Nest. Class. Sink. Sack. Glaze.
Glad.
Glad. Dust. Just.
Okay, good. So I have put these words so I can just move them. You know when we go to look at a list of words in sequence, that means we're looking for words in alphabetical order. Good, Cameron. So I first need to look at what letter to see if I can put them in alphabetical order. Look at an A? Well, there's an A right there.
But not the A in the first
The initial position. So I have a C, S, A, D, N, C. Uh-oh. I have multiple words with the same initial letter. Can I just go to the second one, Yaya?
You can go to the second one, but if there's more than that one, then have the same second word, letter, you can just go to the third, and then there's
Okay. Do they all have the same initial letter? Whoops.
No.
Okay. No, they don't. So we can't just automatically go to the second one. Because if we went to the second one, then sand would come before clock. Because A comes before L. But that's not right, because K comes before S, right?
Yes.
So we're going to look at the initial letter, but Miss Barney has drawn these two lines because we're going to need a staging area for those that we have to look further. So I want you to tell me the alphabet, and I will run down. And as we say each letter, we're going to look for a word with that initial letter, and you'll tell me to stop. Ready?
Stop.
Oh. Are there any other A's?
No.
Okay, so my final list of alphabetized words is going over here, so I'm just putting it here. So you would write them like that. Okay? Next letter?
B, G, C,
C. Any more C's?
Clap.
Okay, so I have two words with C as the initial letter. Cameron?
Go to the second one.
Okay, the second one is L. Uh-oh, it's L in both. So we go to the third one. Here's how I would always say it in my brain so that you can remember. Does O come before A? No. So that tells us that class comes before clock. Okay? Now, after C,
D.
anybody looking to tell me when to stop?
Stop.
I have dump and any other D's?
Stop.
Okay. Oops. So I have D-U, D-U. Third letter. Does M come before S?
Yes.
Yes. So that means dump comes before dust. Oh, come on. I'm moving everything but what I want to move. There we go. All right, I'm going to make this bigger again because my elbow bumped it. Now, I had D, so what comes next? E.
F, G. Stop.
Any other G's?
No.
So we can move this over here. What comes after G?
J.
Any other J's?
No.
So we're going to just move that over here. Okay? Now I have three words left. I notice these two have S's in them. Look up here. Cameron, does S come before N? No. So that means nest comes next. There's no other N, so I can put it in my final list. Now, I have S-A, what? N and S-A-C. Does N come before C? No. So sack is my next word, and that makes sand my last word. Now, are we finished, or should we check it?
Check it.
Good idea. Does A come before C?
Yes.
Does C-L-A come before C-L-O?
Yes.
Does C come before D?
Yes.
Does D-U-M come before D-U-S?
Yes.
Does D come before G?
Yes.
Does G come before J?
Yes.
Does J come before N?
Yes.
Does N come before S?
Yes.
And does S-A-C come before S-A-N?
Yes.
Then these are in sequence. Or, what do we call sequence for alphabet? Alphabetical order. Good. Okay. Questions? Why do we need to put things in alphabetical order? To be organized. The reason we put things in order is not so they're easy to put away, but so they're easy to find. Go ahead. So we do it for ease of retrieval or finding them. Now, we're going to do our keyword and sound cards today. Because remember, we've stopped doing secure and insecure, and we're just doing keyword and sound. Okay, can you see my cards? Do I need to move somewhere? Oh, it's half broken. I had about 10 pencils in here. What about that one right there? Thank you. All right, here we go.
Oi, turtle, king, George, wagon, like I walk, fox, nose,
This is sock. Nose.
saw, oi, still, email, a, full, times, mother, eagle, bread, F, word, or, doctor, no, you, nest, sink, nail, a, dog, church, Jacob, gem, boat, truck,
Truck. Sorry for the construction sound.
kite, bird, star, daughter, show, mouse,
Whistle what?
Whistle.
There, I should hear your voice.
Queen. Bad buddy, yarn, young book, moon, candy, Eve, apple, banana, bacon, egg, watch, all, toe,
And remember, banana is not calling any names, but one of those girls back there. No, I'm kidding. They're both. One's looking down and one's pointing at herself. I think they might have both done it. But you know what? Nobody's perfect, just like Hannah Montana says. Who's Hannah Montana? I'm so old. Even the things my children watched, y'all are too young for.
I watched it. Also, Zach and Cody, right?
She was a friend of Zach and Cody, yeah.
Yeah.
She was Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter. Right.
I just remember waiting for Hannah Montana to be over so I could watch Zach and Cody.
Oh, how funny. I propped up my camera with my box that I keep my syllables and stuff in. So let me get these out. My syllables. Is this a box for syllables or is this a box for affixes? Yes.
Both.
Affixes do make a syllable. You're absolutely right. So, I had a student put these away. Let's see. Tell me what this is.
Base word.
And a base word is the smallest form or simplest form, you're right, of an English word. Oh, you're Jolly Rancher. I was wrong. Okay? An affix is
a letters added to the end or beginning of a base word.
fabulous. You have a great teacher. And a base word plus an affix is called a
derivative.
Derivative. Thank you for playing. All right. Really quickly, let's run through the prefixes and suffixes we've already had.
Prefix.
We haven't had them.
D haven't had pro.
We haven't had a lot of these, so I'm going to put them back.
No, that's your
How about non? Dis we had, that's lesson 76. Dis means we disassemble, we take it apart, or not, like disjoint or dislike. So disjoint is to take the joint apart, or dislike is to not like, and Devin's favorite word is dislocate. Okay? We haven't done be or ill, but we've done
Undo.
Undo means to not do. Or unhappy is the opposite of happy. Trans means, you haven't done that one yet, sorry. Okay, sub.
Means
Under or below. It can also mean not enough, like substandard is not up to standard. Submarine is below the ocean. Marine is ocean. Subway is below the way. I'm sorry. All right, what about suffixes? Less means
without.
good. Or,
No.
that was less than 30. Like, actor, one who
Does.
So one who. Yeah, that's why we're reviewing them. Full. Full of, or the amount needed to fill. For example, I am hopeful, that means I am full of hope. And a cup full is the amount needed to fill a cup. Ness is having. The opposite of less, which was without, this one means we have. Having kindness means we have the quality of being kind. The ness usually makes it a noun.
S means plural or to have more than
More than one, like sits or tips. ING,
doing like farming or
currently. Present tense, like running. Or it can be a description like running shoes. It's the shoes used for running. We already did that one. Bye. Miss you.
Oh, you know you won't.
I will.
You have to
ED.
Before.
Wait a minute.
Past tense. Good, Devin. Okay. Nope. Oh, it is a suffix. You're right. It's on this blue card. That's how we know. ED means after. Sometimes it says ed. Sometimes it says and sometimes it just says d. Good. En means made of, like wooden, or to become, like sharpen. To become sharp. Everyone wishes that they could sharpen their pencils, but my pencil sharpener is broken. And EST is the best. I love how she uses the rhyme to remember. The best. EST is the best. Yes, y'all, you. This means the most. Okay? The fastest is the most. What, man?
Is it a prefix too?
It is. Did we already learn that? And I didn't pull it out? Must be I hid it from my other class. All right, so let's talk about a new suffix today.
Ish, ship, this.
You cheated and looked. I need ish and ship out of this box.
No, I remember the
We've also done some other ones like able.
table.
No, not like table. Like.
Snapple.
Like.
Snapple. Likeable.
Yes, like likable. Able to like.
Drivable. Towable.
Good. Y'all, my ship is missing. There it is.
Shippable.
Shippable. Wow, way to combine derivatives. So listen to these words: foolish,
Foolish.
snobbish,
Snobbish.
childish.
Childish. I'm always so childish.
What do those have in common?
Ish.
Ish. So I have
Selfish.
Foolish. Foolish.
Selfish.
Snobbish. Snobbish. I don't know why I keep making little marks. This has got static electricity or something. And childish. So what do you see alike in all these words? ISH. And it's always in what position? Final.
Because this is
If we cover the ISH, do we still have a base word left?
Yes.
fool. Ish. No. Fool. Child.
Is this suffix a vowel or a consonant suffix?
Consonant. And vowel.
Well, the suffix is ISH, and it connects to the base word here, so it's a vowel suffix. Okay? Now, a suffix is a unit of meaning which may change the form or uses of a word. So what do you think it means? If you are foolish, you are like a fool. Right?
So it means like
If you are snobbish, you are acting like a. If you are childish, you are acting like a
child. What if a child's acting childish?
Then they're acting childish. Yes, ma'am.
People say act childish.
So that's what they mean. Let's go ahead and here's the card, ish, ISH, and it means like or somewhat like. Is this a word you've seen in the slang form? If someone says, "Are you having a good day?" and you say ish, that means somewhat or like, kind of, yes. But actually that slang is one of the few times where it has the still original meaning. So our keyword is foolish. If you're acting like a fool, you are somewhat like a fool, you are foolish. All those things your mom says are starting to come clear, huh?
Yep.
That's really sad. All right, so when I see suffix ish, I'm going to code it just like, oh my stars in heaven. I'm going to code it just like I code every other suffix. Ish will get boxed. And remember, it's the first thing we do when we are going to divide a multi-syllable word. And remember, that is the magic trick for those of us who have learned this dyslexia process, because we can put a box around ish, and all we're left with is a one-syllable base word. And we're at the point in book 5 where we need to. Can we code this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's vowel.
And a closed syllable is short, coded with a brief, and the word is
Selfish.
selfish. What does that mean? You're selfish.
You want to care about yourself.
Yeah, so if the actual meaning is somewhat like, you somewhat like yourself better than everyone else. I don't know. All right, and this one, box ISH, and what do I see here?
Full.
So we need to decide on OO. Does it say foolish or foolish?
Foolish.
It's not foolish, it's foolish. So it's foolish. We say foolish because we foolish. But remember, Southerners don't always talk proper English.
Yeah.
Go ahead and code number 3 for me. Code it. Don't just say it out loud. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. So, Brianna, will you go ahead and read number 3? Boyish and greenish. Good.
Greenish, left the green.
She wasn't feeling well and her skin had a greenish tint. Yeah, right? Okay. Now we're going to do one more. Repeat these words after me, please. Leadership. Internship. Hardship. What do you hear like? So I have LEADERSHIP, leadership. Thank you. INTERNSHIP, internship. Okay, go around that way because I'm recording. And the last one is HARDSHIP, hardship. Now, what do you see like in all these words, Daniela? SHIP. If I cover it up, do I have a base word?
Yes.
What about here?
Yes.
What about here?
Yes.
Okay, so I can box this suffix, and it's a ship. It's not the ship like a boat, right? Because that's a noun. But we're talking about ship when it is used as a suffix to change the form or usage of a word. That's mine. But thanks for checking. No, he was looking for his headphones. Jacob gave them to him. We have a lot of students coming in from other classes today. Okay, so if I am serving as an intern, I am doing my internship. If I am acting like a leader, I am showing leadership.
Point of being.
Quality of or status. I am an intern because I'm doing my internship. Okay? Do you notice that it also kind of makes it be a noun? Leadership is a thing, right? Or an idea. So is an internship. A hardship is something we suffer when things are hard. Okay? Our key word is leadership, which means quality of. Now, if he has a lordship, his status is that he's called a lord. This is like in the Old English, and this is actually an Old English word. Now, let's go to the bottom of page 38 and code some of these words. And you're going to find that these look complicated. But remember, our suffix is how many letters, Itiel? How many letters is our suffix? 4. I need your head up, please. Okay, so we have a suffix SHIP. Is this a consonant or vowel suffix?
Consonant.
It's a consonant suffix. It attaches to the base word with a consonant. Now, I should be able to read a lot of these words once I box that suffix, because once I box it, I know it's not going to change its spelling, and it's always going to say ship, right? So I'm going to box this, and then what am I left with to code? Oh, I know this. Combination AR. We never accent our suffixes, so that means the accent is here. If AR is an accented syllable, it says R. So what is this word?
Hardship.
Hardship. Okay? Daniela, help me do this one. I'm going to box ship, S-H-I-P, and what am I left with? I. What do I do with that I? Code it with a breed because it's a vowel and a closed syllable. And what does the word say, Brianna? It's short vowel. Igloo, kinship. Now that may be a word you haven't heard of, but have you ever heard kinfolk?
No.
Me either. No, it's a word that means family or relatives. If you have cousins that go to this school, you have kin that go to this school. It's not a very common word, but you might see it as the word kinship more often, which means we have a close bond. We have a kinship. Yes, ma'am?
Can you remember 8 first one?
Yeah, we are going to code a lot of these. I want y'all to code this one, but we already did internship. And I want you to code all of number 8. So everybody do the second one on 6 and all of 8, and we'll talk about it. Okay?
Me, I figured out something about the first one and 8.
What did you figure out about the first one and 8?
That there's 3 suffixes.
3
Yeah.
suffixes?
I think, I'm not
I
sure.
see where you get that. Well, think about it. It's a long A. And then how do you spell the final stable syllable? Bull. Bull. Final stable syllable is consonant L-E. So, bull. He's writing his own words there. He's ready for book 6. Okay, so number 6 up here. I'm going to change colors for you. I see a suffix ship. What else do you see? ER. Is this a suffix? Do you know what a memb is?
No.
I don't either. So we're just going to now code. We have a vowel in a position to be sounded, a vowel in a position to be sounded. Draw a line between them. I have 2 consonants. Where do we usually divide a word that's vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, yaya? In the middle, thank you. And then we usually accent the first syllable, correct? So now I have vowel, consonant, I have a vowel and a closed syllable is short, coded with a breathe. I have combination ER. So let's read this word. Membership. Have you ever had a membership
Yes.
to something?
Prodigy.
No, but you're going to get one. Okay. A prodigy. You have an account. Yes. Now, Daniela asked me to cover this word. And Itiel guessed that maybe it has several affixes. So let's look. I see ship. I always start when I've got multi-syllable words at the back because the first thing I want to look for is my affixes and final stable syllables, right? So what I'm left with is this word. And I know OR can be a suffix that means one who, like an actor. So if I cover this up, do you know what a sponse is?
No.
No. So I doubt that it's just like, remember, I don't think that it's going to be a suffix because it's not really leaving a base word. So what I'm going to do is just assume that it gets a special coding like that. Do you see any other special coding? Oh, well that's not special coding. So the next thing we're looking for, digraphs, vowel teams, silent E, and bossy R. So now we're going to pattern. We're going to find the first vowel in a position to be sounded, the second vowel in a position to be sounded. We're going to draw a line. We're going to pattern in between. I see N is a consonant, S is a consonant. The most common place to divide, I just took this down. The most common place to divide vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel is between the two consonants with an accent on the first syllable. Now we can code the O after we've accented. Vowel in a closed syllable is short, code it with a brief. Daniela, read this word for us. Sponsorship. This was a difficult word when you first saw it, correct?
Yeah.
Yes? But now that we've put it in chunks we know how to handle, we can read it, right? Sponsorship. Now let me ask you a sneaky little question. If I thought this was another suffix, OR, does it change the way it sounds? What about the S? If I thought the S was a suffix, does that change the way it sounds? So even if I coded it wrong, and I botched this, and I botched this, could I still read this word?
Yeah.
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
So what I want you to know is it's okay if you accidentally think something's a suffix and it's not. Because most of the time, it's not going to change the sound. Now it could. So if you do that and you get a word, whoops, Miss Farney, and you get a word you're scared of or you haven't ever heard before, then you probably need to go back and take those two things off. Okay? Up. I just keep deleting it. I don't need to. So I'm going to go here and erase it. Okay? As soon as I learn how to use this board, our life will be better, right? But if anybody remembers last year, sometimes I still couldn't use my smart board. So it's not going to change. All right. So what did you get when you did this word? And what about this word? Dealership. Now, in this one, this is a suffix. Is ER a suffix?
Yeah.
Yes, because deal is a word. Dealer is one who deals. And digraph EA says E, dealership. Now, if you didn't code it that way, it's okay. It's still going to say dealership if you just did this and did vowel, consonant, vowel. No, I'm just showing you. Dealership or dealership. Okay? So, feel better? Those long little words you were trying to read, you can do them now. And these words are easier to read too, right? Not only do you know what they say, you now know how to read them, what they mean. If you will, please, you know what, I'm going to quiz you on these today. These instant words. I know we do. We got to hurry. Here we go.
Fair. Far. Indian.
Indian.
Real. Almost. Let. Above. Girl. Sometimes.
That word barely fits on the card, and it's just an instant word.
Mountain.
Mountain.
Cut. Far.
Thank you. It scared me about that word. Remember, we are only coding new learning and derivatives when we do sentences now. So up here I have ish, foolish. Oh, what is this?
Forgot.
Forgot.
To bring her heart to the wedding.
Okay? So the foolish girl forgot to bring her heart to the wedding. Do you take a heart to weddings?
Sometimes.
Only if you are the vocalist is one who plays the harp. No, harp is a musical instrument. It kind of looks like this. It has strings and it's big.
It's as big as that.
Okay, so let's code number.
Sam decides.
I want you to code number 6. What word did you code, Carlos?
Boyish.
Boyish. What else? Nothing. It's the only derivative. Read the sentence for me, Cameron.
What about her?
Her.
Her boyish haircut will be perfect for the hot summer.
Perfect is not a word. Okay. It's okay. Her boyish haircut will be perfect for the hot summer. Now, let's do this rap. Selfish.
Selfish.
Okay, there's only one. Selfish.
Selfish.
Foolish.
Foolish.
Don't look at my board. It doesn't have all of it. Sheepish.
Sheepish.
Impish.
Impish.
Reddish.
Reddish.
Clerkship.
Clerkship.
Kinship.
Kingship.
Hardship.
Hardship.
Township.
Township.
Lordship.
Lordship.
Yaya, second line, first line of the third paragraph.
Hardship. The first.
Bottom paragraph, first sentence.
Selfish. Reddish. Impish. Hardship.
Devin? What does ER say? So, clerkship. Impish? Good. Daniela?
Hardship, kinship, township, sheepish, clerkship.
Good. Carlos?
Township, foolish, lordship, selfish, sheepish.
Nicely done. Let's talk about some spelling. We're going to spell some derivatives today, and I understand, but we have still time to work. So when I am spelling words with affixes, first of all, here's our dots. When we see a consonant, we're going to put a dot. When we see a short, or we hear a short vowel, we're going to put a breathe. When we hear a long vowel, we're going to put a macron. When we hear a vowel, when we hear an open accented vowel, we're going to put a macron and spell it long. When we hear a vowel-tine, we're going to spell it as a vowel-tine. Oh, I'm doing two sentences at once. When we hear a macron, a long sound, we're going to put a macron. When we hear a diphthong, we're going to put a circle. When we hear a bossy R, we're going to put two dots and a breathe, or an arc, which I call a smiley face. And when we hear ol, we're going to put a circumflex or a tint. Okay? We know if we hear a syllable, we're hearing one vowel sound per syllable, right? So if we hear one vowel sound, that's one syllable. If we hear a vowel in a closed syllable, we're going to spell it that way. If we hear a vowel in an open accented syllable that's long, we're going to spell it that way. If we hear a vowel-tine, we're going to spell it as a vowel-tine. If we hear a long vowel consonant, what are we going to spell that as?
Vowel.
If we hear a final consonant ul, we're going to spell it consonant L-E, and if we hear a bossy R combination, have a seat, we're going to spell it as a bossy R combination. I want to see you spell widen. Thank you so much for echoing and unblending. Well, widen. So we're going to spell that. Whoa, that's a consonant, so I'm going to put a dot. I, long vowel. D, consonant. D is a consonant. Then what? So how do you spell w? How do you spell I? I, consonant E, D, E, N. Oh, how did they get to that? Because this is Y plus suffix EN, right? So we drop the E. Oh, the construction really. All right, I want you to spell taper.
Taper.
We're going to finish this lesson before we go, so just chill out. Okay? Daniela, how'd you spell taper? Taper. Good. And I have one sentence for you that I need you to spell. A man on the clipper is reeling in a big shark. A man on the clipper is reeling in a big shark. A man on the clipper is reeling in a big shark. Okay, so what are the two affixes we learned today?
Fish and fish.
And what type of affix are they? Suffixes because they go at the end of a word. Thank you very much, and thank you for letting me film. Y'all have a fabulous day.